From the murals on the wall to the street side stand, Mark's got the map, Jeff's got the plan. Cruise through Wisconsin where the sun stays bright, looking for a flavor or a brand in a new sight. Let's take flight with Mark and Jeff. Hippie chick join the Madstork flock and turn it into a whole big crew. They all says we're following you. Jeff and Mark exploring again, finding the best wackadoodles in the land. Add Mark and Jeff to your day, because we have so much to say. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter how far, our curiosity's charged. We're ready to see what's next. Mark and Jeff need this job, so please come join the flock and hit the like, share, and unsubscribe. Thank you from Mark and Jeff and the Madstork flock.
And the Madstork flock.
I don't know, Jeff. Can you see me when it's playing our song? Because I'm over here just, it makes me happy and I groove and I'm moving and.
No, I don't see you at all.
Nobody can. Well, that's probably a good thing, but that's how I feel every time I hear our intro.
Sorry I was late getting to you, but I had a very important phone call that came in about 12:51 my time, and it was very important. I had to take it.
I'll take it.
So Mr. Broussard called me.
Hey, does he even know I exist? Does he know I'm a key factor in your life?
No, he really don't. He just, there's some things he cares about, and then there's other things that he just don't care about.
Just doesn't care about Mark.
So he just, that's just the way he is.
Yeah.
So he's got to worry about his drumming. I
would say that comes first.
So, but no, I had a nice chat with him talking about the Cowboys and the Packers, and I said, "Boy, the Cowboys look good." He said, "Shut it! I don't want to hear it." He said, "We didn't play the starter, so shut it." So catch up on the weekend. Went out on Friday night and saw my great nephew play. I know.
How did you do?
I know great nephew sounds like I'm really old, and that's what it is. It's my nieces. Jen, who joined us on the show, who's going to join us more. We tried to get her going today. Tommy CPU tried to help with the computer stuff, and we just can't get the microphone working the way we want. So Jen is going to have to wait before. Hopefully, we'll get her on because she's going to be going back to work because she had surgery on her hand.
Ouch.
So we hopefully we'll get her back on before she goes back to work.
How did the nephew look? How did the game go?
Mark, the nephew, had couple of really nice plays. All right. One, he played right defensive end. If you're looking at the offense, he played right defensive end. I guess it's left defensive end when you're at the offense. So he left defensive end. The quarterback rolled out to the right and had about a 20-yard start on him. And very fast quarterback, by the way, very quick. And Idris caught him from behind.
Well, that's good.
And, he goes about, I finally figured out, he said he's 6'6", 217. So he's pretty lean.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, he looked really good in that play. Then there was another play. He sacked the quarterback. He looked really good. And then there was one more. And then after that, it was like hesitation. And I told him, I said, you hesitate, you lose.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I don't know if he knows what's going on or what. I don't know if he's real sure about his
role.
So he kind of, and he's not a rah-rah guy. He's really hard to understand because he speaks real soft. And so that's a part that he's going to have to, figure it out a little bit to be a little bit more
aggressive. Maybe a good ass whooping.
So I got a hold of a buddy of mine. His name is Corey Proctor. He played for the Dallas Cowboys, played offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys. And I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can get, a true superstar, that played when you make it to the show, Mark.
Yeah.
Pretty good. No matter what you do, you make it to the show and you land for 10 years, you're doing something good. So I got a hold of Corey and I said, hey, is there any way we can do a Zoom call? Because Corey's he was kind of laid back, but boy, when he touched the field, it was a different person. And I thought, this is the guy that Idris needs. And boy, he got back to me pretty quick. He said, "Hey, whatever you need, Jeff." He goes, "I'll set up a Zoom call, whatever you need." He goes, "We'll work it."
Well,
And he
that
goes,
would be good.
he goes, right now, he said, as a junior, this is where he's got to get going. And then when he makes it to the senior year, that's when you really step it up.
Yeah. What's he eating? I mean, his diet probably.
I mean, it's actually pretty funny for 16-year-old. He's 16 until September 28th.
Yeah.
He's only 16. So he's eating venison, Mark. He doesn't like much else.
He needs some fat is what he needs, some protein. And
I told him we got to get some protein. We got to get, if you're at 3,000 calories, I mean, I always remember this from Al telling me, when he was playing with the Cowboys, if you're on a 3,000 calorie diet, they like to punch that up to almost 15 to 17% more.
Oh, absolutely. He needs to be at about 6.
Yeah.
6,000, 3-4 eggs a day.
So we're hoping, get Corey on there and, a little bit of pushing. And, I mean, I don't want him to get upset either. That there's a fine line there too, that, you don't want to take the enjoyment of the game out for him.
Right.
So, but it sounds like he's committed. He wants to, play good. He wants to play good all the time. So it was fun seeing him. It was fun seeing him.
But at the end of the day, if he doesn't, he'll just be a good, outstanding human being. And
he's a great student. He's a good student. And, he's going to probably go, on anyway. But it would be nice to see him play. I mean, and I told him, I said, there's a lot of obstacles. I said, there, and of course, heard that he might have been broken, had got a broken heart from a woman already.
Oh, jeez.
And I told him, I said, stay away from them. Just stay away from them. You got all your life to hook up.
Yeah.
Concentrate on football, concentrate on working out. Forget the women. All right.
Yep. It's a hard thing to do.
And I told him, I said, every mistake that I ever made in my life was because of a woman. and he said, really? And I said, everyone. I said, if it wasn't a woman, it was drinking. And he goes, wow. All right. So so like I said, it was fun. And then Friday. So then Saturday, I called him up in the morning. And I said, hey, I texted him. I said, hey, you want to go to lunch? So I took him to lunch and we sat and we talked. And that's where, he's real soft-spoken. I mean, you really got to listen to him and everything. But so, yeah, it was fun, though, to see him play. I went out and it was fun for me to see him play. And I see where we can improve. And I don't know if he sees it, but I can see it. He's fast. He's really quick.
Yeah.
For his, size and everything. So, I mean, if he could stay in that 6'6", 6'7", and they put... he said 217. Said he put 80 pounds on him. I mean, he plays just under 300 pounds. I mean, that's a good body for a tackle.
Yeah.
So like I said, we'll see.
He needs to be about 260, 270 by next year's senior year.
I told him he could do 250 and play at 6'6". He could be like a Tim Harris that played with the Packers years ago, who was a tall guy that played linebacker outside, if you can run. And I said, you could easily do that, something like that.
Yeah.
But that's a long ways away. But like I said, I think he can do it. I think if he puts his mind to it, it's yourself. It's all about the kid now. It's where he wants to. But he lifts weights. He does all the things that he's supposed to be doing. Pretty good kid. So I mean, I got to get him away from his mama though. He's a mama boy. So that's one thing that. He wants to be by mama all the time. And
is his dad around?
No. So I think he lives in South Carolina. Okay. So anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see what happens. I'm going to get, like I said, Corey on the phone, have him talk to him. But it was really good for me anyway. It was really good to go out and see him. I mean, I had a lot of fun watching him play.
Good.
I mean, a lot of fun. So, so anyway, other than that, then didn't do anything on Sunday or anything, but how was your weekend? What did you do? I know you were out to dinner at a big high-class golf course. I know that.
It wasn't any of that.
I wasn't invited, of course.
Yeah, I was so surprised that there was hardly anybody there.
Really? Well, that means that they don't have good food.
They had I had the perch. Perch was good. Haddock was not good at all.
See.
The bartender was a young kid, so I had to teach him how to make a Manhattan.
Oh boy!
So that ended up good, but I mean, it's a really nice facility, but I would say high class. No, most of the guys are
money. A lot of
I would say the perch plate, which was sizable, was about $26. That's about right.
That's a lot of money in my book.
You go have a perch plate up by you. I bet you it's really close to that.
Greystone Castle, $20.
Greystone Castle. That's not perch that they're giving you. Those are alewife.
Hey, they go out and get them themselves.
Yeah, not no more. They got everything comes in from Canada.
No, this one they come right from Door County.
Okay,
so I'll take you there.
All right, I like their hamburgers.
Yep, everything's good. Everything you get at the Greystone Castle is good. Everything.
Yeah. So that was Friday night. Saturday night went to a wedding in the state park, High Cliff. It was outside. Wow. The couple are so low-key people. It was great. You know, everybody talks about these weddings. I only want to invite a few relatives and a few friends. They don't want big weddings. Well, they did it. Unfortunately, it rained 3 times while we were going through the service. So a lot of wet people. And then they had a low-key. They didn't have a DJ. He played it on his speaker, and it was good. Good people. Good wedding. And then Sunday, I don't know what I did yesterday.
Oh,
I can't remember.
I watched the Brewers last night lose to the Braves, but they got 2 of 3. So I think 2 of 3 and, or 3 of 4, but, they did all right. Now they got a day off today, but Brewers got the best record in baseball still.
That's crazy.
And, Cubs got a game on them yesterday because the Cubs won. But Brewers are holding tight. They're a good team, and as long as if they could just hit a little bit more, I think they'd have a chance to go maybe all the way. But we'll see with that. What's going on other than that? Big news. I was so confused, Mark, last night. I mean, I didn't get a chance to watch Red House Media, and they usually got a pregame show for Turtleboy at night on Sunday. And usually Turtleboy is on Saturday, but he moves it to Sunday every once in a while. And they were on before him, and I didn't get a chance to watch. I was watching the Brewers, and I was doing some other things. But I was so confused, though, because then Turtleboy comes on, and he's interviewing Blizzard of Lies author. I believe that's what it is. Blizzard of Lies. It's the Karen Reed, John O'Keefe thing. It's the book that he wrote, this Dave Wedge. And for, I don't know, about 2 weeks or so, Mike Crawford from Young Jerks was, here's the book, and I've got nobody has this guy coming on the interview. Nobody's doing it. Just I do the interviews like this. See, this is what I do. And he's supposed to go on tomorrow night on Jerks, but went on last night on Turtleboy, and everybody was up in our, what's going to happen? Well, but think about this, okay? So the Jerks in LTL Media for the last, month or so, every time they have a show, they used to get some viewers. They used to get some views. And they still get views after the show, which I think they buy them or it's bots. I don't know. But during the show live is like ours. It's really low. Like Brian at LTL, I think, had one, and he was like 44 people. We've even went over that at the times. And so when you're sitting there and you want to sell books, are you going to go to a person that has 44 or 200 people watching? Or are you going to go to somebody that has 5 to 6, 7, 8,000 people watching? I think that's a no-brainer, right?
So he went to
Turtleboy. And had an interview. So then he gets on there and he's talking, and this guy, who knows who he talked to or whatever, but he said that Turtleboy brought up about they didn't check the house. The cops never went in the house. Then they find a guy on the lawn dead, but they don't go in the house or secure the property or where the body was found. And he goes, well, they didn't have no reason to go in the house. What? And he goes, no, they didn't have no reason. They didn't have any of that to go in the house. Mark, I'm going to say this again, all right? And people got to understand this. I'm telling you right now, if I have a guy or a woman or whatever dead on my lawn right in front of my window, 15, 20 feet, 30 feet, whatever it is, you're telling me that the cops are not going to come in my apartment, my house?
Yeah, if he's laying in your front yard, well, of course, I might even go into the house next door.
Yeah. I mean, number one, you're going to go in to see if anybody in the house is hurt. Number
Absolutely.
one. And then you're going to go in and at least separate the people and see what they saw. I think that's, I mean, and he goes, well, I've talked to numerous cops and they told me they did the right thing. Well, yeah, you're talking to the Massachusetts State Police or the Canton Police Department, because every cop I've talked to 100 of them at least. And they said, no, we're going in the house. We're breaking the door down if we have.
Is this guy's book is his, he thinks that Karen Reed did it.
No, he said that Karen Reed is not guilty because the jury said it. Now, does he believe that? I don't know. But he definitely had some things that were, he said that there's no way that anybody can prove that John O'Keefe was in the house. Well, he went down some stairs. That's what his watch said. Well, they're blaming it on a flat road that he was driving on. Well, don't ask me I don't know how the watch works on that.
Well, why would he be driving by? Why would he be in that neighborhood?
It's just kind of, they were going to a party there at that house. That's what the whole thing was. I just feel, Mark, when I look at everything and I go back and I watch videos, and there's something that everybody's missing. I don't know. I think there's I don't know. I just think there's something bigger to all this. I just think there's something that everybody's missing. But I think Michael Morrissey, the DA, and Brian Albert know something. I mean, I just think there's something bigger to this. And I don't know what that is. I don't know. I can't pinpoint it. But
because nobody knows who the real killer is. There's got to be an answer somewhere. Somebody hit him.
Or else he went to throw a punch and he fell because he was drunk and he hit his head.
And they left him lay in the snow.
And they left him lay inside, and then they moved him to outside. So I don't, I'm missing something. Something. Was John into something? He was a cop. Was he investigating something? I don't know what his role was as a Boston police officer. I don't know what he did. I know he wasn't on the road or anything, because I think he took a different job.
Was he a detective?
I don't know he wasn't a detective, but I think he took a different job because he was, the main person watching his niece and nephew after his sister and her husband died. So he kind of, got off the road and, wanted more of a 8 to 5 job or whatever. So, but there's this, was he investigating something and something? I don't know. There's just something we're all missing, and I don't know what that is. And it's just, I just don't think it's, there's no way that she hit him. There's just no possible way.
Do some of the other YouTube influencers that are covering this, that say they're investigating journalists, do they have any theories out there that other than
a lot of them like to go back to the Lexus data thing and all that kind of stuff, and I mean that stuff could be completely off too. And I mean, I don't know. The people that believe that she's not guilty believe that she's not guilty. The ones that don't believe that, I mean, they're crazy. Some of the theories that they come up with is crazy. Of course, they think that the free Karen Reed people are crazy too, thinking that she's not guilty. Now, then he brought up things in the book, I guess. I haven't read the book, but I guess he brought up some things about how Karen dated a Boston Bruin, and that was a volatile relationship, and the guy booted her because of her, being volatile when they drank and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, does that mean that she can kill somebody? I don't know. I don't, you just can't sit there just because, she drinks and she gets a little crazy, but that's her problem. And, let's hope that she's laying off the gray goose now, but I mean, and these people that are completely against Turtleboy, I watched the Turtleboy thing, and it's like, I think I finally figured it out, Mark. When you look at his viewers, okay, it's like looking at a telephone number, okay? And then you look at these people that complain about him, their numbers look like a zip code. And I think that's what the problem is, the jealousy because
Well-
Turtleboy can do anything. You know, he had his mic the other day. I laughed. It was one day I was watching Red House Media. He had his mic, and I'm going to show you this. He had his mic turned around like this, and he was talking. And I was going, Turtleboy, I can't hear you. Turn it around. And he sat like this all the while he was talking. It's like, and he continues to get people. I don't know how that happens. I mean, some of these people are horrible, like Jess Machado in her audio. I mean, it's just, I mean, the room is horrible. It's thin. It's, you know, and it just ruins her voice is completely. If you think it's, fingernails on a chalkboard now, when she's in that room and it's just, I mean, not knocking down. I mean, it's really tough on the ears.
Well, I think more people are focused, it appears, on content rather than sound. Well, we got them both, right?
Yeah. And the thing, and the other thing with Jess Machado, and this is the last thing I'm going to probably say. I don't know if it's the last thing this week, but stop with the victim stuff, Jess. Just stop. You're your worst enemy. Plain and simple. You have the chance to change the way your show goes. Oh, Mark, this went away. Jess has a chance to change her show. Nobody's kicking her out. Nobody wants to get rid of her. And her allowing all these other bunnies to start shows and everything. And, you know, it's kind of like she wants all these bunnies to start their own show to insulate her a little bit. But the thing is just stop with the victim. Stop with the crying on your little show, you know, where you start tearing up when you're talking about your husband and when you're talking about, oh, I'm just going to leave YouTube. Well, but I won't leave YouTube if you send me a few bucks. I'll stick around if you send because I really want a BMW. You know, stop it, Jess. Just stop. You know, if you're the most talented woman in the world and on YouTube, then you know how to turn this around. You know how to do it, but you won't do it. That's the thing. Yeah. You rather stay with the drama that Mark hates. Mark hates the drama.
You're just saying it, so let's stop talking about her and let's go back to the outline.
hey, Save, good to see you. No, but you know, the thing is that the jealousy with all of them, you know, the Crawfords, the JFK, all of them, the jealousy is just amazing. Well, I mean, when you really think of it,
it really comes down to it. You know, when you do the research and look at, you know, my favorite AI check is Gronk, and so I set that in there. You know, a good suggestion on your part, and it all turned, you know, when they needed somebody else to hate. The trial's over, done. Right. Okay, now what drama can we have? Well, we got the civil suits that are going on and things like that. But then they start feeding off of one another, and they feed off the one that started it. You know, if you look back at some of Turtleboy's first, you know, YouTube things, it was all about the trial. 100% was about the trial. It wasn't about, you know, how hot one person looks. And I mean, you know, they could talk about me all day long because, you know, that's why I'm here is for eye candy, you know, and Jeff is not.
No, I'm not. I admit that. I admit to everybody.
But that's how it all was. It was all about the content.
Yeah.
And then once content started to dry up because they said it so much, then they started this little, you know, backbiting.
Infighting. With the group, with you know, all the other creators that are for Karen Reed. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people want to say, well, Karen Reed, you know, she went on to JFK, you know, went in the chat and started ripping and all that kind of stuff. You know, so what? You know, first of all, I don't trust JFK on anything. I don't believe Higgins called his show. I don't believe it. I believe you can do that in AI easily. And I believe you can get somebody that has the Boston accent like Higgins and that can call. I mean, there's 1,000 people that can do voices, and you can easily find somebody that has practiced that voice and to say a couple of things and all that. So I don't trust JFK at all. I don't trust Nick Rocco. I just don't like Nick Rocco. I'm not a hater of Nick Rocco. I don't like him. I don't think he's the right guy that should be the mouthpiece for Karen Reed. Karen Reed's making another
Who's
mistake.
Nick Rocco? Is he an attorney or something?
No, he's a hairdresser. and he owns I guess his big claim to fame. Now somebody like Save Larkard tell us. I guess his claim to fame is he won the Massachusetts lottery or some lottery, and so Karen Reed, and then he helped with fundraising that Turtleboy had already started. I mean, it's not like Nick Rocco came in and got all these people to donate. Turtleboy had already started it.
How many of these people who think they're a voice of authority or a voice of credibility did what Turtleboy did, or even Machado for that much? Who went down to the courthouse and studied that? None of them did that. So all of it is just shit.
And Machado, let's face it, she went down to talk about what the jurors were wearing and how good Alan Jackson looked or whatever. That was her thing, and it was fine. I mean, she got a good following, but it helps. No matter what she says, it helps, Mark, when Turtleboy gives you the stamp of approval. It helps. I mean, if Turtleboy would give us a stamp of approval just for putting his QR code to give him money on our screen, I mean, that would probably help us get to 1,000 people easily, 1,000 subs, if we had Turtleboy that would do that for us. Yeah. That hit the lotto, became a millionaire, so he thinks he's the celebrity hairstylist to the stars. So who's the star? He's probably doing what? Karen's hair? That's it?
Well, I'm not impressed because obviously I don't need him.
I mean, he sure hasn't helped LTL with his rug that he was wearing. So, he should have been maybe helping there or whatever. But so I don't know, Mark. You're right on the fact that I think, they didn't have anything else. So, hey, let's start this. Let's start a little bit of drama, and then we'll keep that rolling a little bit. But now Jess don't like that because, everybody's going hard at her, and she don't like that. Where Turtleboy, he's like, bring it on. I'll go head to head with you.
But she wants, it doesn't matter what type of attention she gets. She likes good attention. She likes bad.
Sure. Because she can go to those tears as quick as anybody. She can put the old tears on. I've never seen anybody that could put the tears on as quick as her. I mean, she can put it on. She can, Mark, she was so good today. I watched just a little bit of her. She was so good today that she could be talking like this, and then her next word out of her mouth, it was crying. It was amazing how quick she could do it.
When you pick on me, Jeff, and say false things about me, I'm crying because I'm hurt so bad, and you do that to me.
See, hair plugs for men. You could be doing what Brian from LTL is doing.
Yeah, I'm not that vain. I don't need the plugs. I might shave it all. What do you think about if I just shaved it all off?
I think it would be great. I mean, I don't know why anybody would be so embarrassed by that. So what?
Yeah, I got gray hair. I got good.
Yeah. I mean, our friend Tom, he does that. Shaves it off.
I might do that. I might do an AI rendition of me totally bald and see how that works.
I mean, so Turtleboy has Dave Wedge on. So now tomorrow night, Mike Crawford's going to have Dave Wedge. And I'm willing to bet just a little bit of money that Mike Crawford comes down with the Jess Machado flu or lupus or something that he has to cancel Dave Wedge. I'm just thinking because he's got to be very upset because one of the biggest things that'll happen if he does have Dave Wedge on is that he's going to showcase how much of an idiot interviewer he is.
Have you ever seen him interview anybody?
I interviewed Afro Man and just sucked that one up bad. And so, I mean, there's just going to be a whole bunch of screw ups in it. And he's going to finally prove to everybody that he is not capable of doing a great interview. Turtleboy, I got to hand it. I mean, I thought he was going to go off on Dave Wedge a couple of times. I thought, here we go. And then he held back. He gave him the respect that he felt that he needed to give him. But that book, I'm actually going to get it. I'm going to read it. And I'm going to find out because some of the things he said, I don't know where he's getting the information. He's got to be getting it from the cops. He's got to be getting it from the people that really hate Turtleboy and Karen. And, I mean, he talked to Paul O'Keefe, which is the brother of Karen, of John O'Keefe. But the brother, if you're going to talk to the brother, let's ask him about the girl in New Jersey, what he was doing, why he was married. I'd like to hear more of that. If you're going to do drama, let's hear about the drama, Paul O'Keefe. Let's find out what you were doing with that girl, sending her pictures of you in front of the mirror, flexing and everything.
Now, Paul O'Keefe, he's another cop. Correct?
No, he was the brother to John O'Keefe, who got killed.
The brother.
Yeah, he got, so here he is using his brother's death and trial to hook up with women on the internet, telling them that he loves them and all that. The only thing I don't understand, Mark, and maybe you can help me with this, all right? He said that he wanted now I don't know the exact way he put it, but he said something about he wanted to have her be like a Dunkin' Donut creamed donut.
He wanted to be one. Well, maybe people.
So I don't know what that meant.
Out of
you could help us in the chat and kind of explain that to me, because I don't understand the whole Dunkin' Donut cream, all that kind of stuff.
Come on, Jeff, put it together.
I don't understand it. And why would a married man be talking to another woman that he doesn't even know? Why would he be talking to her?
That's the biggest question. I wonder if he's still married after.
Well, she did stick with him for, I think she still is. I'm not sure. But, here he was, he's giving her signals, and, he wore a blue shirt for her, and then he touch his face, touch his nose and everything, telling her hi and all this kind of stuff. Then he offered her to bring her in to Massachusetts and come to the court and all that kind of stuff. How are you going to pull that off? Oh,
yeah.
Honey, that's just a friend of mine from Jersey.
Not likely.
Now, this is the same girl now that, put a witness thing against Turtleboy. So he's got to, go to New Jersey for whatever she put against him, which was, a bunch of crap. She was a liar. She was sitting there saying that she's dating or hanging out with Derek Jeter, and then she's like putting her head on somebody else's body for the picture. So, she turned out to be a real dandy.
One thing one of many things that this whole drama show has brought to the surface were more interesting characters, wackadoodles. They were all laying underneath, and now they expose how they come to the top, and people try to out stupid the other person. Yeah,
it's so ridiculous, and it's some of the stuff that's going on, like with Karen. She could stop herself, Mark. Yeah, she could do a lot for herself, where she just comes out and says, enough of everybody speaking for me. I'm going to speak for myself and go about it that way. Whatever, I laugh at these people like Crawford and LTL. Now you got to remember LTL Brian, he believes that he still can hook up with Karen. He believes this. He really believes.
Yeah.
He's the guy that did the pictures that turned them into posters and everything. So he really believes that. I'm telling you right now, Brian, if you're going to pop in or listen to this later, you have no chance. But the thing that gets me, okay, they'll say, well, Turtleboy called her the C word. Oh, what?
What? Yeah.
Everyday life of Karen's life, whenever you hear her talk about somebody that she didn't like or somebody she used the C word. Yeah. She had a mouth when some of those messages that she left for John O'Keefe that night that he passed away, were horrible. So don't sit there and say, oh, Turtleboy called her this, Turtle. Oh, stop it.
What if he had called her the D word?
Come on, Mark. Don't sit there and bring that he called her this, he called her that, when she uses the same type of language.
Yeah. What about the D word?
What's the D word?
Democrat.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I had to throw that out there. Them are fighting words.
Okay, then she probably would have ran him over.
She would have ran him over.
That would have probably been the reason she runs him over. So definitely. But like I said, I just don't get, you can't sit there. And these people that sit there and go, well, Turtleboy went up to Jen McCabe and Matt McCabe and said, oh, you're a cop killer. You're a cop killer. Well, Mark, I could see you on the street and I could call you a cop killer and you can't do nothing about it.
Not a thing.
Nothing.
Not if it's true.
And these people, and it doesn't even have to be true.
No, I might be.
Right. Yeah. Right. Let's face it. You and the rugby star that you played with, he was kind of a killer, wasn't he?
Well, We don't know. He might have killed that girl. He's a bank robber for sure. But he was, like I told Jeffy, a young kid, very unassuming, quiet, but he turned into being a bank robber and possibly a serial killer.
Wow.
He had a van. Never trust anybody with a van.
Never. Especially if it's an older van.
Yeah, it was. It was an old.
Yeah, you don't want to trust anybody like that.
Yeah, he hauled guys to the different tournaments or matches and would fill up.
See,
around,
I mean, I'm finding out so many different things the last couple of days. You know, I never even heard about that officer down in Milwaukee that shot somebody point blank in 2016, I think it was. And then, he gets off of it. Definitely went overboard with the shooting. Gets off of that, but then a month later, 2 months later, he gets picked up and charged for raping men, and he gets sent away to prison. Well, I guess he's in the right spot now, right?
Yeah, he certainly changed his hobby, from killing women to being with men or boys or whatever. So it's a distinct radical change in.
And then there's there's another one that I want to look into. It's a kid that was walking home from a place, and he got hit on the street in Manitowoc County, which is the same county where everybody knows Stephen Avery, same county. And they say that some of the talks is that an investigator coming from a party actually hit him with his van. But the thing is that they had so many pieces of the van. Now they actually did have the pieces, but the van is gone, disappeared. Gone.
Who do we know that owns a body or a salvage yard? So I mean, that's a crazy county down there. That Manitowoc County, it's a crazy county. It's hard to say if you're not from here.
I try to go around it. Every time I go to Milwaukee, I try to go around because I don't even want to get caught in that place.
Somebody was telling me that the relatives came in from out of state, and they were up here, and they were over by Manitowoc for some reason, and they drove into the driveway.
Really?
They wanted to see it. It's like a tourist spot.
We did that. I mean, Tracy Broussard and I. Tracy, of course, is my sidekick for Over the Line. Maybe
it was you who told me.
He's actually a drummer for a country star named Blake Shelton. But he came to visit, and he said, "Hey, can we go to Avery's junkyard?" I said, "Sure, let's go." So we went, and then we went all the way down. We almost got all the way to the house trailer where all this stuff happened. And then all of a sudden they came out of the house and they chased us out.
You know what? It was you who told me this story. That's who it was.
They chased us out. I mean, it was crazy. And Tracy's yelling to me, get going. I said, I can only go so fast.
Yeah.
And it's a long driveway.
And spin a Yui, huh?
And I tried to get, when I finally got to the main road, then I took off like crazy, and then they finally backed off. But yeah, that was a crazy time. That was back, I don't know, that must have been, 2017, 18, right around in there. We went there and all that kind of stuff. And that's the Avery thing's a kind of a crazy story too. You look at what happened in Canton, Massachusetts, what the cover up, the corruption and everything. Well, then you start to wonder. I think Stephen's guilty. I do. But you also have to look at it and go, well, can the cops do that? Yeah. They can. And
maybe there was other people in some of that other goofiness that took place in Manitowoc. The Averys were involved. I think if you look at their Facebook page, there's a square on there about they can help you eliminate problems.
Really?
They can get rid of right there on that Facebook. That's one of their.
I'm telling you,
it gets 5 stars from Angie.
And it's not just these couple of places. I mean, there's corruption all over the place. We all know that. But I mean, some of these things you just wonder, because I guess this kid that got hit that I was talking about, he was autistic, I think. And he got hit. And like I said, they can't find the van, but they do know that the investigator was driving on that road and had left the party about the same time the kid was walking.
Yeah. Well, that's like a van down by the river.
So behind but Wedge is completely Mr. Ford. How dare he write a book and not have actual facts? Yeah. I mean, you look at the whole Jed McCabe thing. Here she is Googling, and yeah, she did it at 6:30 or 6:20 or whatever she claims. But why do you have 4,000 searches and there's only one search deleted out of the 4,000? And it was when she Googled "How's long to die in cold." That's the only search that was deleted. I mean, yeah, she searched at 2:27. How's long to die in the cold? Then she said that she searched it at 6:20, and then they got in somebody with that understood all this and said that the browser stayed open, and so it really was done at 6:20. But so
what was her response to why she even looked it up? Period.
She said Karen Reed told her to,
and Karen Reed was like,
"Now remember, she's the one that also said that Karen Reed told her, 'I hit him, I hit him, I hit him.'" And then you got to also remember Jen McCabe is the sister-in-law to the guy that owns the house where the body was found.
So they discredited her by the timeline and where.
I don't know if they discredited, but they definitely put oh, wow, what's that? Yeah. There was doubt. I mean, the first thing I would do as a juror is they say, well, you had 4,000 searches. There was only one deleted out of the 4,000, and it was "How's long to die in the cold." I'd have went, "Woo, you're a goofball."
Yeah.
And she did that with her husband being an IT guy, like a computer whiz. So, I mean, Mark, you just can't, when you look at the whole Karen Reed and really watch everything, you just can't make it up. You can't make it up. And these people that believe that she's guilty, I mean, they're doing it, most of them, because they're thinking that they're going to get numbers, because a lot of these people started shows on YouTube, and so they're trying to, get the, people watching. And that's what the Machado's people are doing now. A lot of them are starting shows like this Arkansas Bestie. She's got like a little grunt. I mean, she's disgruntled about Machado. And the only thing I figured out why I'm not going to say I don't like her. Okay. That's not it. Just in case Valhalla's in here. I'm not going to say I don't like her, but I figured out what irritates me about Arkansas Bestie. And it's this, Mark.
I'm ready.
So ask me a question. Any question. Just ask me a question.
What's the average airspeed of an African swallow?
So look around the African swallow, and so I don't know. I don't know mumbling. She mumbles underneath her breath. And sometimes, like somebody said something, do you got a plane or you got a jet or whatever? And then right underneath her breath, she goes, well, not a big one. It's a small plane. And it's like, just say she's
stage fright.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you got money. Nobody cares, And so just say it. Just say it. You got a plane. Be proud of it. Be proud that your husband's working hard. And he's got money to do that. He's got money for a nice house. He's got money for a nice car. He's got money for a plane. Who cares? Be proud of it, that you worked hard. Yeah. Don't sit there and mumble about things. So that's my only take on that. I don't dislike her. I mean, she's good looking. She's a good looking woman. So why would I like her?
I got a better looking woman.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit. So, look at that.
Stella.
Look at Stella.
Who's that?
Stella.
She wants to go down.
She's going, Dad, let me go, for God's sakes. So speaking of good women, I want to know, there's a story that came up that I want to know about.
Okay.
And I was talking to a guy that knows you real well.
Oh, shut up. You don't know anybody I know.
Well, he knows you real well.
Okay.
So he told me to ask you about a girl named Sarah. This was before you got married.
You're such a...
So I need to know about this girl named Sarah that this guy that I know beat up somebody for you.
You make more shit up, Jeff.
I want to know. It's before you got married, so I just want to know about it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Her name's Sarah. Are you saying you don't know a Sarah?
I don't know anybody.
You don't know a girl named Sarah
I
from
don't know what
college?
you're talking about.
You don't know a girl from college? No,
No.
just remember, look at how mad you got at me for lying about and about not taking on the Bible and all that. Now,
I'm taking the fifth because I knew you're full of caca, and you were going to try to wedge something there.
Got to say hi to Cheryl. Got to say hi to James. Thanks for being in here. Really appreciate that, and that's really great of you guys to come on. So
what you did, Jeff, you sent me that nice message saying,
I want to go back to the Sarah thing and put that.
No, I want to go back to the outline that you sent me that I did all of this research on.
So you remember,
and I got all this research on what happened
in
the conversion of the drama, going from Turtleboy doing the hard work on Karen Reed, and then for all of us YouTubers to become drama queens.
So do you remember?
And people all want to answer. I want you to answer that question.
So do you remember when you told me when I got a speeding ticket and I kind of got out of it, and you went, Jesus, that's not very good. So now I hear that maybe a state trooper was involved in protecting you.
Oh, they all are.
So what's that all about, Mark?
That's all about being very popular.
I'm going to look up
college.
I'm going to look up this girl, Sarah, from.
Okay.
So what college was that? That was Lakeland, right?
That was
Lakeland
College. And
isn't that in
Steve? What's that?
Isn't that in Manitowoc County?
It is.
Yeah. Wow. All right. All right. Trying to do something that's, that Mark, I thought Mark would elaborate a little bit, something that's kind of, about us. People want to hear about us, what's going on in our lives too sometimes. Not only, what's going on, what we think of Karen Reed, but they want to hear about us. What happened to us? Did we fall in our heads?
I know what happened to us, and something's going to happen if you keep talking.
James, I'm telling you right now, Dave Wedge is a joke. It's a complete clown. And but like I said, I am going to read the book because I want to read the book. I want to see
how much is he charging for that book.
I don't know. I haven't looked it up, but he said it's already a New York bestseller that just came out. But that's the people. The publisher does that, So I mean, it's crazy.
Isn't that based on purchases, not printed copies?
I don't know. I don't know anything about writing a book. Maybe I should start because I got a lot of things I could write about.
It'd be fiction,
But that's the you're talking about the things we talked about. But I just think that the people need to just stop dancing around the obvious. We all know the true crime creators online right now, and if you're seriously generally still claim that Karen Reed is guilty, you got to come back to reality. You just got to come back to reality, and enough is enough. Most of these people that say that are haters of Turtleboy. And the thing is that they don't understand that even though they can come on here and talk about Karen Reed's guilty or Karen Reed's innocent or I'm going to talk about buying a BMW and I got people that watch and all that kind of stuff. You're doing this YouTube thing because of your connection to Turtleboy. Now, I'm not connected to Turtleboy because I don't know Turtleboy, but I watched Turtleboy enough and I thought, boy, it'd be kind of fun to do a YouTube show. Get somebody involved. That's when I contacted you. And, I said my niece Jen would be fun to get on because she knows a lot about what's going on out there. But there's also stuff that we should be covering too, like the Milwaukee stuff, the Wisconsin stuff that comes around. But, I mean, it's so strong out there with what's going on. And then you have a guy like this Dave Wedge comes on and just blows you out of water with what he wrote about, or at least what he talked about last night, what he wrote about. And you just go, wow, what is going on? But it's the Turtleboy, just hating of Turtleboy.
Well, Turtleboy derangers and some like James put out there.
It's it's something else. But I really believe the jealousy comes from, like I told you, Mark, this morning, is that you could go to Turtleboy like on his bus stop that he does every morning. And I mean, there's like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people waiting for him to come on. And some of these people like Crawford and LTL Media can only get, 200. He's getting 3,000 people waiting for him to come on. So, I mean, that has to be discouraging when you feel in your brain and in your heart that you're better than him, in presenting what's going on, right? In their minds, they feel that they're better. LTL, I never thought was very good at what he does. I just never thought, he thinks that he's an audio king, that he knows everything about audio and how to sound good. He doesn't. And then you got Crawford that puts his microphone so up. I mean, it's so loud. And then he sounds like, yeah, this is what I'm going to talk to you. Brian, you're right. Turtleboy sucks.
Is there anybody out there talking about the Karen Reed trial anymore? Or is everybody just talking about drama?
I mean, it's
within this world.
It's mostly the drama now. But I mean, Red House Media will go back and watch some things with Mary B. Mary B just came into the chat. Thank you, Mary B. Always good to see you. And that's most my problem with J7 and Jessica Machado is that they talk terribly about Mary B. I think Mary B's a good girl. And and I just think that I think she's really talented. I think she could really is something in her channel to what she's doing and everything. And I think she's funny. She can be really funny. I mean, I'd love to have her come on here, Mark, and do what's the difference between jelly and jam, I think it is. And the way she says it would crack you up. It would just crack you up.
I've always asked that. What is the difference between the two?
She could actually write it here in the chat for you so that you understand what it is. But because I picked up a jar, I believe, of jelly from Montana because they live on these huckleberries. So okay,
I know.
Well, she would probably do. I mean, like I said, it's better though to hear her say it than read it in the chat. But it could give you the same effect, I think, where you'd go, really. So, but that's when J7 going after her and then saying some crazy, just awful stuff is just enough is enough. And so there she goes, right there. Read that.
And I don't know what that means.
I don't know why. I don't know why she cleaned it up for you, but that's pretty funny. That's even funny that she cleaned it up for you. But she can say it completely out loud when she's on.
I don't understand it. I don't get the DNA. I'm simple.
I can't jelly my dick in your ass, is what she's trying to say.
Oh, that's naughty. That is naughty, girl. Mary B, I did not think that you would use that type of. Oh my! I'm blushing if you can't tell.
So I think because I'm not a part of the group. I mean, I talk about the Massachusetts stuff, and that's how I started and everything. But I'm not part of that in crowd with Turtleboy. I support Turtleboy, but see, I support Turtleboy because of the First Amendment right. I believe that we should be able to say what we should be able to say. If we have a problem with something, we should be able to say it. Now, the reason why, let's face it, Mark, Turtleboy was the loudest one talking about what happened in the house, what happened to John O'Keefe, right? So, of course, those cops wanted to silence him. They sent text messages, Mark, that said, how do we stop him? How do we just stop him? What can we charge him with? So, I mean, if they think they're going to convict him when they got stuff like that, I mean, and just remember the lead investigator, even though they don't want to call him the lead investigator now, the lead investigator of the Karen Reed mishap got fired from his job.
Where's he living at these days?
I don't know. We should ask Mary B. She must know. She must know.
Wasn't he supposed to come back and give a deposition, or was that somebody else that flew off to Florida and wouldn't come back?
Look at James here. I think he gave Mary B. a really good compliment. But then he says the other Mary B. is great too. She's smart, funny, and easy on the eyes. What, Mary B.'s not easy on the eyes, James? What's going on with that?
I haven't seen Mary B. Either Mary B.
Well, that's I think, I don't know what that meant. James, maybe you need to clarify yourself a little bit here. Mary B is cool. Mary B's cool, but the other Mary B is great. She's smart and funny, easy on the eyes. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Say, now there's a good guy. He backtalked on this one really quick.
Okay.
So I think what needs to happen is these people need to just, JFK needs to go back what he was doing in the beginning. I think what happens, Mark, and this is Tracy Broussard and I were talking about this. When he moved to Nashville from Louisiana, I forget how old he was, but when he decided that I think I have the chops to drum for a country star, I think I have the chops. He said he went in and he basically, had to throw the ego away, everything. But then you start getting a little bit of success, right? And then all of a sudden you think, hey, I'm better. I'm better than that one. I'm better than this one. And he goes, you got to fight it. You got to fight that.
Well, it's so easy to want to take down somebody, and
right.
Yeah.
And see, JFK, he never got any success in his rap career. Okay, he just never got any success. Now, he said he was underground and all that kind of stuff, but he never got any success.
He was underground because they tried to bury him because he sucks.
So then you get 16,000 people that are following you. All right. Yeah. And all of a sudden he's got more people that ever came to see him perform as a rap guy. Right. All of a sudden he's thinking, boy, I can change people's thinking on a lot of things. So the ego takes over. And that's what happens with Jess Machado. Your ego takes over, and you got to fight that. And the only way you fight that is check yourself. Check yourself and say, all right, the people are coming to watch you, and they're coming in to, in your chats and everything. But you just got to fight the whole thing, because you're not bigger than life. You're on YouTube. You got followers. That's great. I wish I had 1,000 followers right now. Because if I had 1,000, that means we could concentrate on 4,000 watch hours, and we could get Mary B to keep her computer on all night, making it look like that she's watching the shows. But so, we got to think about how we keep going, how we keep getting followers. They are satisfied with the followers that they have because it helped their ego. I don't think they should think like that. I don't think Turtleboy thought like that. I think Turtleboy thought, hey, this is an event that is going to change my life, and I'm going to grow this thing as far as I can. And that's 150,000 people.
Yeah, taking that model, bringing content, which Turtleboy did at the beginning. He was at the courthouse. He was listening. He was sharing with his listeners what was going on. And then everybody tried to take him down, and it turned into this, drama show that we participate in as well. But focusing back on what were the issues of the trial, what issues haven't been resolved, what is anybody trying to do to resolve them? There's so many questions out there that nobody has answers to. And maybe that's where you go from here to eliminate the drama and bring in content. Like, what are the unanswered questions? I don't know, Joe. Jeff, this is better than this dilemma better than I do. How many in 10 minutes you could come up with 100?
Do you see the Savlar said Proctor lives at his parents' house in the basement? I gotta hand it to Savlar, and you'll understand this. Mary B will understand. I gotta pat him on the back. He's living in the basement at his parents' house, right? Jess Machado lives upstairs and puts her mom in the basement.
What?
Yeah. So she lives at her mom's house, but she didn't move in the basement. She put her mom in the basement. So Proctor, you got to hand it to him. He let his parents stay in the house, and he just moved into the basement.
Yeah, that's a good move. Mom, meatloaf.
Now here's where I gotta stop. I gotta step back a little bit with Mary B, because JFK swears that Mary B was at the Wilbur. That's where Turtleboy and Auntie Deb did their little show, and says that Mary B was all over his bicep, was touching him, going, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Now, I do know that in one conversation I had with Mary B, now this is just something between her and I, but I'm gonna be like Jess Machado and just go ahead and say it. But I asked her how the microphone that I sent her that sounds really good. And she goes, ooh, it was a really good mic. It's a really good mic. So she does use the ooh, just so you know. I'm just saying. All right. Not trying to start trouble.
Yeah, you are.
You know.
You like to start trouble.
Oh, now Proctor moved in with his sister, Courtney. Well, maybe he doesn't want to be in the basement anymore.
What a close family.
Yeah. Jeez. James, I know they are. I love the other Mary B. She's a great creator, and I'm proud to share my name with her. But she spells it different, so you're not really sharing it. Mary B., you don't share nothing. Stop that. Didn't care for JFK from the get-go. See, I didn't either. I watched him for a little bit, and I was like, yeah, he can be funny in some things, but then all of a sudden it just takes over, where he thinks he's the man of all words and the man that should be, running everything. And it's too bad. So here we go. What's this? James, I watched him. Mary B said, I watched him and I have no idea what I was thinking. Oh, see, Mary B was watching him too. So did you touch his arm or not? I believe you didn't, because you said you weren't at the Wilbur. You wouldn't lie to us about that. So Jess and her deadbeat husband have been mooching off her mom for over 10 years, Mark.
Oh.
Mark, she said to the cop when her car was trying to be repossessed by the repossessed guy, she's from the repo guy. She said, she said this to the cop, I'm trying to get my mom to remortgage her house, so that she can get me out of debt. She actually said that to the cop.
The cop should have thrown her in jail just for that.
Just saying that. Right.
That's parental abuse.
I do use the ooh, but I was not at the Wilbur. See?
What's the Wilbur? Is that
It's a place, I guess, pretty well-known place in the Boston area that Turtleboy did a show. People paid to go see him, and I guess it was really good. It was
like a small auditorium or something?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Something like that. So what do we got here? I was at the Wilbur outside. Some chat rats. Mary B wasn't there. JFK is an idiot and just makes shit up. He does make shit up. It's just like, when he sat there and said that I defamed him and put all those strikes against me, but then he gets on his show and calls me mental and a stalker. He defamed me too.
Well, one of those two are correct. You pick which one you want to be. One of them is true.
Are we going to talk about Sarah or not?
No, we're not going to. You're such a...
before you were married, right? So, Jody.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You weren't dating Jody, were you?
Jody, you mean Julie?
Julie, I mean.
I wasn't dating Jody either. Now you're starting something else.
Why was I saying Jody? Because you always talk about Jody.
That was my freshman year in college.
No, Jody LaCrosse you always talk about. So I just thought that was what we were talking about. But anyway, so it was before Julie, right?
Oh, wait. I was a freshman in college.
So why are you so embarrassed about it?
Because I don't talk about past girlfriends.
Was she crazy? Was she a crazy girl?
No. Totally. Well, so normal that she broke up with me.
I watched a little bit of Jess today, and she was crashing out bad. I was saying, I was telling Mark, I said, I've never seen anybody that could bring on the tears and have that little quiver in her voice so quick, and then the next thing she's talking about buying a BMW or something else. She spent a lot of money over the weekend. I don't care what she said, because they went to the Patriots game and made it, weekend. But I think she spends a lot of money, and Turtleboy calls it poor man syndrome, where you got a little bit of money, you spend it on, when you don't need to spend it. And Broken Baker, I thought Broken Baker, I wish I'd have his presentation up, because I thought he spoke more truth yesterday about everything about that. And
about what?
About that poor man syndrome, that she likes to talk about the money she makes. She was saying that everything, this is the thing that I get too, is that she's saying how everything, she was getting views and she's still doing good. But then today she was crying about, I might as well get off. If this is the way it's going to be, I might as well get. Well, if you're still winning like you said you were last week, why do you want to get off? There's no reason to get off. Turn on a few minutes just to see if the no drama thing. And yeah, she lasted about 6 seconds on the no drama thing.
About as long as we did.
So here you go. James answered your question here. The Wilbur is an old opera house in Boston Theater District. Been to a few rock concerts there. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, James was one of the rock concerts. LTL Media. Brian playing his guitar, his little red guitar, jumping around. I bet you were there, weren't you? And you saw him. Definitely drama. She didn't even laugh. Yep. She didn't. It was like 6 seconds. I mean, she started out right away saying that nobody's going to tell her what to do. I guess this Megan Fox asked her, Mark, to go a whole week without drama and talking about Turtleboy and all the others. And she got on and she goes, you really think I'm going to do a show and have you tell me what to do? So right there tells you she doesn't want to get away from the drama because she had an opportunity to.
We could go. Let's see if we can go 10 seconds.
Well, about not doing drama?
Yeah.
Well, one thing I found out, Mark, that this year we get to play the Packers. Say we, I shouldn't say we. The Packers are playing the New England Patriots this year.
In Boston?
I think it's in New England. So isn't that going to be fun? I mean, everybody's going to love us that week coming up when we're trashing the New England Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be awesome, isn't it?
I'm trying to see where it's at. For some reason, it might be home. It might be a gold package.
Oh, okay. She said, yeah, she's going to get a job at Dunkin's or something. Well, I hope they don't have that drink that she drinks because Dunkin's will lose money completely because she'll be drinking so much of that and she'll be in the bathroom.
I don't know what out east. Everybody, Dunkin' Donuts is on every freaking corner out there.
You imagine her drinking all those drinks at Dunkin' Donut, and then
she's pooping in her pants.
And her mouth sounds are going to be like she said that it was her mouth sound and not her ass.
Jesus,
come on!
I can't find that stupid schedule.
Lindsey Buckingham, George Thorogood, Ace. Oh wow, George Thorogood. That's all. That was a good show. I went to him once.
I had a friend who warmed up for him. He was in a band they traveled with Thorogood, and he said he was a great guy. He loved his Jack too.
Mary B, I thought Megan Fox or somebody told her to do it, is what she was saying.
Is Megan Fox going back to England?
I don't think that's the same Megan Fox.
Who is it?
Maybe it's not even Megan Fox. I think it's Megan Fox, but it's not that Megan Fox. Maybe she's making all kind of confessions, saying she lied on the stand. This is the other thing, Mark. She said last week, about this. I can't think of the guy's name. I'll think of it here in a second. He's the one that's getting the word out about the Delta dogs. Not Valhalla, but Hellfish.
Yeah.
She had said that Hellfish, was somebody tried to say that they were raped by him, and she, basically said he was guilty. Right last week. Well, then somebody brought up about how her husband hit his ex-wife, and he was accused just like that Hellfish guy was, right? But she said Hellfish was completely, basically he was guilty, and then later on she goes allegedly. But basically through the whole story, he was saying that he was guilty. But now that it came back about her husband, hitting the ex, all of a sudden it's like, he was never charged. He was never charged. No, he was accused, just like this Hellfish.
Yeah.
But he was, so she's talks out of both sides of her mouth. And that's what bothers me, because she could clean this all up and make a stand. But she hates Turtleboy. She wants to hate him just like all the other ones do. And they think that they're going to get ahead by doing that.
Did he say something to them that was so insulting that they hate him, or just because it's like it's a tribal thing? We got to be on the Turtleboy side, or we got to be on Karen Reed's side, or we got to be on the cop side.
He said some things to some people that, he said to somebody, I forget who it was. She'd had cancer or something, and he said, well, I hope cancer wins or something like that.
He said that?
Yeah, he said that. He says, some bad things, but they push him to the end though. That's the thing. They push and push and push him, and they say stuff about his mother and when she died of cancer. So, it's like, yeah, two wrongs don't make a right, but it's hard to stay shut up when that stuff happens. I'll tell you that personally. I have a rough time.
November 8th in New England.
November 8th. So just so you know, everybody that's from the New England area, it's going to be a bad week for you to come and listen to us. So, and
Yeah.
Mary B, I'm going to be talking about you through that one because I know you're a big Patriots fan. You don't want to talk about baseball. None of the people out in Boston want to talk about baseball when the Milwaukee Brewers have the best record in baseball. No, they don't want to talk about that.
How are the Sox doing?
They're winning now. They were winning. I mean, they started out like horseshit, but they're winning now. Hey, good to see you. That's great. So, you know, like I said, we got to keep moving forward, Mark. We got to keep pushing the likes, the shares, and subscribe. We lost again. You know, I hate to look at it all the time, but we lost again. Some people got mad at us. Well, I guess I probably said something that was a little bit off last week. But I tell you, people, that I'm going to say some bad things sometimes, and you're just going to have to take a break and come back. But there's no reason to unsubscribe. I mean, it's not that big a deal that you just have to unsubscribe.
It didn't cost you anything.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything. And so you get all mad and I'm not going to watch them anymore because Machado told me not to watch anybody that says anything about her. Yeah. Turtleboy had a lot. I mean, usually when Turtleboy talks, I mean, I don't know a lot about the Turtleboy thing, but usually when he talks, he's got receipts, and he's ready to show the receipts. Now, Jess Machado likes to say that she has receipts, but we never see the receipts. So there's a difference there too.
Well, she probably says, I don't have nothing to prove to you, knuckleheads. I'm not going to show you anything.
I just get a kick out of the people that watch her. That's why I watch. I think I like to watch the chat because of all of them, how they're just like, patting her on the back. She had a phone call today. Just don't worry about anybody. We're behind you. We love you. We love, and it's like, do you see what she's doing? I mean, she talks about people, how they talk about her, and she's 10 times worse when she starts going off on somebody. I mean, she is horrible. She is the worst with name calling and everything.
When you do that whiny voice, you sound like Bill Clinton. You do that. You put that in your bag. It's a good impression.
Where do you think I could put the cigar?
Yeah, where does the cigar go? I did not.
I did not
have sex with that woman.
Relationships with that woman.
His bent finger.
I still got a bent finger. You see this thing? I got this like a couple of months ago, and it still won't come back.
I got one just like it.
So I don't know what's the heck's going on with it.
I know where this one. I'll tell you. Oh, if I tell you how I got this bent finger.
I hope Sarah's not involved with this.
No, it used to go sideways. It went this way first.
I would have to write a song about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how it happened because you would definitely twist it.
So we just want people to kind of let us know where you think we should go. I want to get, what I'd like to do is like just put the StreamYard link in the chat and just have people eventually come on. I mean, if you act stupid and you talk stupid, then I'll just take you off. I'll just kick you out.
Yeah. Hey, we got somebody go down 3, North Dakota, and I love North Dakota. Been out to Minot to kill some ducks a couple times.
Look at
my son helped build the hospital in Minot. My
last girlfriend said the growing on her did not work.
You were growing on your last girlfriend and it wasn't working?
She said it wasn't working.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, you don't grow on many people.
I want to really say something, but I can't. But I want to know that because we get, what are we, about 93%, I think we're 90% women that watch us.
Why?
I got to ask one question, okay? And I want to be careful on how I set this up. So, is it normal for a friend that's a girlfriend that you're friends? Nothing ever happened, okay? Is it normal for a woman to be very opinionated about a woman that you might like hang out with? Even though this woman that's opinionated, just as a friend, been a friend, and I know that a lot of them will say, well, we're just looking off. But is there something to that? Is there something to the fact that they can, because I'll go, I'll say something and go, then all of a sudden you hear back that, like, I'll be texting the one that's opinionated, and I'll say something, about dinner or whatever, and she go, "Oh, so you got a girlfriend now?" And it's like, no, I didn't say that. But it's like, is that a jealousy thing, or is it a it's
a security thing.
I don't know.
Insecurity a little bit. Yeah.
Is it an insecurity thing?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm wondering about that, because I'm starting to think that there's something goofy, because is she protecting the surrounding, the
nest,
the friendship, and I don't know. I think that's a very good question to win it.
It's a good question. If you were married, you already have the answer.
Because I guess some guys would be territorial, also. I guess
can be, but if you're secure in your relationship,
yeah,
it's usually not.
I had a girl one time a woman that one time said to me, "You know what? I could be screwing somebody in the bar, and you would just continue your conversation with your buddies." And I said, "Yeah, probably would, because if you're doing that, then I don't want to be around you anyway."
Yeah, no kidding.
So
that explains the fleas.
North Dakota lives 40 miles from Minot, I believe that is, right?
Minot. There's a huge Air Force base out there that, missile silos and everything.
I think I had a cousin that lived out there. He was a performer, played a lot of casinos. His name was Johnny Green. He had a band that was named Johnny Green and the Green Men, and I think he was from that area. That's where he had met a woman from there, and he stayed in that area.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If you'd like to pheasant hunt and duck hunt and fish in Devil's Lake, which is farther northeast, I believe. And
I remember a radio station called me like early on in my career and said, "Hey, you want to come to Minot and everything?" And I said, "No." And they said, "Well, we're looking for a program director." I said, "No."
Nope.
And because I was like, I want to get out of the snow. Why would I go to Minot?
Oh, that state doesn't stop blowing. Oh yeah, it blows 40-mile-an-hour winds all day long, and I think North Dakotian can probably confirm that it just blows.
So the question is it normal for a girl that's a friend with you for a long time, a male like me? Is it okay for her to be so opinionated to the people that I go to dinner with or I hang out with or any of that? Is it okay, or is that a territorial reaction from some?
Yeah.
Now, don't tell me that it's, they're just looking out for you, because I don't believe that.
Well, if they truly are, and they're saying, you know what, that person you like is really an asshole.
James just went, no idea. So we lost James completely. He's still back on thinking about if he saw Brian from LTL Media at the Wilbur or not. He doesn't know. He could have been playing with George Thorogood. Brian was that good back then.
He was drinking alone.
He could have been playing with Thorogood and everything. So
is he alive yet, John Thorogood? Is he
George
still alive?
Pretty sure. Controlled behavior. There we go.
There it is.
So that would mean that kind of controlling my bad behavior? Maybe.
Behavior, period, I think.
Every situation is different. It's coming from a woman that likes like a sister. I had 4 sisters. They never were like that. They didn't give a shit.
That's true. They didn't.
But yeah, to go back to there's so many other things that we could talk about, even about what's coming up with Turtleboy and everything. And I think we just got to concentrate that we got to get him money. We got to get him. This fight has to be over with, has to be done with, so he can live his life. And I think at that point, if he wins, if he gets this, and I think he's going to win, I think it's going to set Massachusetts back a lot, because they're going to have to change some things. They're really going to have to change some things. And did you see the Boston mayor?
Oh, geez.
Somebody's got to help me out with this, because I just, in passing, The Boston mayor said something about the Haitian people helped build Boston or something like
or
that.
the Somalis or somebody.
Somalis, that's what it was. Somalis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
All
come on. What is going on? How do these people get elected?
Yeah. You know who helped build a lot of America? Her ancestors, a lot of Chinese. I think she's Chinese. Right. They put the railroads down. They did a lot of things. And I mean, she's nuts. She's a wackadoodle for sure.
I don't know how they get elected. I really don't. That governor out there.
Which governor is banning all measure for math, English, and
that was mayor, wasn't it? Portland.
Oh, Portland, yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. Because for the basically for the black people, she said.
Well, it's like these people are trying to outdo stupid. It's like, why are you guys competing to be dumber than the next person? So now you got the DSA doing the same thing, no more. Let's get rid of the Senate. Let's get rid of the president.
I don't know how these people get in. I really don't. I mean, look at the one that was trying to run for governor here in Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, she was crazy as a. I don't know what's a high definition of crazy, because she was way out there. She was queen crazy.
Yeah,
but it's everybody's running for the stupid.
Buddy Love, 777. Buddy Love.
All right.
I always wanted to change my name to Buddy Love when I was in radio. I always thought that would have been a great late night on air name.
Buddy Love.
Buddy Love. I thought that was great.
Can't be a Buddy Love.
Really new here and from the UK. I love the honest, straight talking. So I'm saying and going nowhere unless you ban me. It's definitely controlling behavior too. There you go.
Yeah. We're not going to ban anybody unless they say something about Jeff's shirt.
And I can't even ban it. I don't even know how to ban anybody. I can block them on X, but I Mary B told me I guess I can go somewhere next to the name or whatever. I don't know. But
I would look forward to somebody coming on and just saying, Mark and Jeff, you're full of shit. And I would say, tell me why, and let's have a discussion. I would like to have a discussion with somebody who thinks I'm full of shit, which means there would be that would be a long line.
Right. But the thing is that they're going to say you're full of shit because they don't agree with you on one thing, and it's usually the littlest thing of all, they don't agree with.
Like wheat crackers.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I mean, we want everybody to come. Yeah, we're not going to be everything for everybody, but I think with, I want to be somebody that straight talks, and I don't want to be caught in a lie, but I got to tell you, I have not sent my money, and I'm really apologize. Haven't sent my money to Delta Dog. I owe $250. I'll get that done. Had a rough weekend. Look, people.
You going playing bingo again?
Look, people, I just need money, and then I'll send it out. I just need money.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I gotta pay for my BMW. Put gas in it.
That's your muchacho.
So, but I will get that out because I still do. I still have to do that for Valhalla because I'm gonna put it in his name and everything. And I got to thank. I don't know how many people here watch the Expert, and I'm one of these guys. I really dig the Expert.
What is the Expert?
He's a guy. He's does a presentation, and I just think the guy is great.
What does he talk about? Is it YouTube?
He talks about everything we're talking about basically. But I mean, he's a guy. He reminds me of somebody that we grew up with, Mark, and I don't know who it is.
Well, I was an expert,
but he reminds me of somebody. But I think the guy is hilarious. The way he runs his show and everything, the way he talks about and all that. I think he's hilarious. And I got to say thank you to him. Last night, I said hey to him in the chat and everything, and to TC Malin. And please, that's another thing, and I'll get to that next. But he actually did a big mention, a big shout out to us, the Expert did. And he said he likes what we're doing. And I really appreciate that he did that. That was really nice of him. So, and please get him. I don't know where he's at. And I got, oh boy, this was big. I almost forgot about this. Red House Media, very close to 10,000 subs. Please, if you haven't subbed to Rat House Media, I know mostly everybody here have subbed they already done it. But if you can push this, send it out to people on X. We need to push Danny at Red House Media, Mary B, Lubin.
You know what's more important, Jeff?
But
is if they give us subs first. Sub us, and then you can go and send us out to all your friends to tell us to sub, because we need to be at 10% of that.
Home Slice, all of them that go to Red House Media, please sub to them. We got to get Danny over 10,000 people. He's close, like really close, and we got to push him over the top. Get Danny over there at Red House Media over the top. Okay, TC Malin, please go and sub to her. Mary B, sub to her. And YouTubery, the YouTubery, love that. Please go and sub to YouTubery. I love it. I love the way she laughs at herself, the way she laughs at everybody. I like it. So please go and sub. And Expert, yes, I got to get to North Dakota. Expert's great. I really do. I think he's funny, and I think it's a natural funny. I think that, it's like the Mary B. I think she's funny when she
like me, sort of natural.
It's to be naturally funny, you have your own timing. You know what I mean? Because they always say if you're going to be funny, you got to have a great timing. But when you're naturally funny, that timing is easy to you. So, and Mary B, that's another one. The other Mary B. Please sub the other Mary B. The other Mary B, she always says, Madstork, my friend. And I like that. So please go sub to her too. People that watch this later, please, let's get these views up on this channel, all right? After we turn it off and everything, let's get the subs up. Like I said, we lost 3 subs last week, and I think it was 3. So we need to get them back. And see, there we go. Look at that. Sub to all of them. There we go. SWFL. Appreciate that. But get the subs, get the views up here. Like I said, my goal, of course, is get to 1,000. Of course, I'd like to have a heck of a lot more, but get to 1,000. But you know what? I've said this from the beginning. I just want to have one time where we have 200 people in the chat. It's going to be tough for me to keep going, working it and all that kind of stuff. But I really want 200 people in the chat and just see how that goes. I think that would be a lot of fun to have. So, and I'm putting it on Buddy Love right now too in the UK. You need to help us out in the UK. Get people pushed towards us. All right, come on now.
Bunch of wankas. Oh no, that's Australian.
There, look at that. Buddy Love mentioned all the favorites. There we go. So let's do that. Mark, I guess I don't know. What do you think that everybody should do as a presenter on YouTube to get away from all this drama? And because you're a new guy, you don't know all the stuff that's going on.
I don't know all the stuff, but I would focus on more of content. What the foundation of what this Karen Reed thing was started on was facts and curiosity. I'm curious to find out, what's not happening or what happened, instead of whether or not Machado farted, which she did apparently live on the air.
Yeah. Well, so is Crawford though too.
Oh, Crawford, yeah. So yeah, curiosity. Give me the
one thing I'd like to see is you, Mark, because you were such a big athlete and everything, in school.
No.
I would like to go to Massachusetts, have you put a singlet on and do a wrestling match against Crawford.
What's really sort of sick, that's what you would like to see, me in a singlet.
No, I want you to wrestle. Let's get this straight.
And please, you like to watch two men rolling around on a mat.
Please put a sock in front so that everybody thinks. Yeah. All right.
Are we gonna have any butter?
So yeah, I'm sure Crawford will be greased up enough. All right. Yeah. So don't worry about that. Yeah. I'm sure that'll happen.
You gotta have it. But yeah, in all honesty, to get me to listen to something of a show, you have to attack my curiosity.
Yeah.
And I'm not curious about a lot of that stuff. I don't care about the drama. I care about what's happening, what's progressing. And then, like you were talking earlier about some of the goofy shit that's happening in our backyard.
Yeah.
We can start, that would be, I think people out east would be interested in other demographics of where we're talking about this stuff.
Especially if there's corruption going on, and that
corruption is corruption.
And like I said, this kid that got hit in 1998, they still don't know who did it, and that van is gone and all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that we can talk about. I don't know if we'll ever be able to, because I don't know if I can do it, and I don't think Mark can, because Mark has a rough time sitting for an hour and a half. But to be able to simulcast or put a trial on and watch it, I don't think I can do that. I just don't think I'm capable of that.
My ADD is not that long. I'm like a squirrel almost.
But Kasi G, got a shout out to him, of course, too. All the ones I mentioned, just please, and most of all, please support Turtleboy. He needs our help. And I don't care that Turtleboy goes and buys a house. His kids need a place to stay. I mean, what do you want him to do? Live out on the streets with his kids? I don't care that he bought a house. I don't care that he drives a Lexus. All I care about is that he fights to the end for the First Amendment right that is attacking him right now. And that's all I worry about. I want him to fight for us, that we're able to have our First Amendment right. That's what I want. Yep. And so hopefully we can get past Turtleboy stuff in December. He'll be coming up on that stuff. And then, of course, the civil suits, yourself, Mark, that's going to take a long time.
Yeah, those things drag out. So anyhow.
All right. Mark, you where are you going Friday? You're leaving somewhere, right?
Friday, I'm driving to Louisiana, and I'll be driving back on Tuesday with a duck boat, a canoe, and a snowblower. So what are you putting them on or pulling? Well, I'll pull the duck boat, and then I'll put the canoe on. I have a canoe rack.
Okay.
And then the snowblower go in the back of my truck.
All right.
And then Alex is heading out to New Mexico.
Well, hopefully we can maybe talk Wednesday.
I think we might be able to get something. Yeah, when I get back, definitely we'll go Wednesday.
Because I know Wednesday, probably by then my curiosity about Sarah will be really heightened.
Here it's Hey guys, everybody have a great week.
I just want to point out something. Don't ever tell me a story that you don't want to get out.
And it's not that big of a deal. It's just that I don't talk. Well, I talk about a lot of shit about my life, but yeah.
$200 a show. So there you go. So
all right, man.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Have a good one. Thank you
very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate Mark for coming on. And hopefully Wednesday we can get back. I might do something before then, because I know my niece Jen wants to get on. And we had problems, like I said, today trying to get her computer to work. But we'll do that. We'll get it working. And maybe we'll do a show. Maybe we'll get on here before Wednesday. But we'll see what happens. But we'll definitely be back Wednesday, hopefully with Mark. And because it's always easier for me to have somebody else. I mean, I can do them alone, but I like it when I have somebody else to talk about what their life and how much it sucks.
It's just like, no, I won't say it.
All right, I got to play the music, right?
All right, talk to you later.
From the murals on the wall to the street side stand, Mark's got the map, Jeff's got the plan. Cruise through Wisconsin where the sun stays bright, looking for a flavor or a brand in a new site. Let's take flight with Mark and Jeff. Hippie chick join the Madstork flock and turn it into a whole big crew. They all says we're following you. Jeff and Mark exploring again, finding the best wackadoodles in the land. Add Mark and Jeff to your day, because we have so much to say. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter how far, our curiosity's charged. We're ready to see what's next. Mark and Jeff need this job, so please come join the flock and hit the like, share, and unsubscribe. Thank you from Mark and Jeff and the Madstork flock.